It's another Lady of the House kind of day, and today we are discussing my top goal going into the month of June, as well as a recap of all of my goals for this month of May. Welcome back, ladies. Today is so nice to just stop and just be, and to consider everything that has taken place this last month. If I was able to meet my goals, just revisit my goals, and I hope that you take time to do this as well. And really that's what these videos are for, is just to encourage you to sit down at least once a month and to write out some goals for yourself, as well as revisit them near the end of the month. So I am going to be sharing with you my top 2 goals because they tie this month. So I will be sharing those with you. At the same time that I release this video, I also release another video continuing my list of goals that I have, because I have more than 1 or 2. And that is going to be over on Patreon. Now today, get ready, because I have 4 videos going out today. Of course, one of them is over on Patreon. So if you are interested in hearing just a preview of those goals and my thought process behind all of it and everything, then you can head over there. I hope you will consider joining us over there if you haven't already. And there's so much that I offer over there, including a weekly newsletter. And then this week I am getting back into the real writing of my weekly newsletter, but I also offer an extra video a week depending on what tier you choose, because the lowest tier over there, they get the weekly newsletters. In addition to that, they get 1 bonus Lady of the House video a month. So if you would want to have more inspiration, please go over there. And I know, I'm sure you're all tired of hearing about it. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the goals that I had for this past month of May. Okay, so my top goal was to create the Organized Spaces Masterclass. So at this point, we're halfway through. And at this point, with it being today, I have 1 left to do. So tomorrow, hopefully, if all goes as planned, you will be seeing it. But I have to fess up and let you know that I am not up to date in my filming, where I feel on top of things when it comes to this series here. This was more last minute that I, was creating these, and that's because I don't know what got into me, but I decided to do a month-long series. Actually, I do know what got into me. I stated in my last goals video, and I don't know if it was on YouTube or if it was on Patreon, but I said that I can't do a month of videos where I am releasing a video every single day. Well, let's just say that I challenged myself by saying that, because I stopped and just considered after I said that and released that video. I was thinking, what do you mean that you can't do a video a day? Of course you could do a video a day. You're an expert in creating videos now because you've been doing it since 2016, and you can film, edit, and release a video every single day if you wanted to on the same day. And I do that all the time. So I had some goals for myself. I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could just sit down and film a bunch of videos all in one setting, and then, edit all in one setting, and then upload them so that I felt really prepared throughout the week. And there were a couple of weeks where I actually did that, and I felt like Wonder Woman. I felt like I could do this all the time. And not only that, but the feedback I was getting from those of you that did watch that series, that have been watching that series, was phenomenal. I was so happy knowing that it was making other people happy. And in addition to that, it really made me feel good just hearing all of the positive things that all of you had to say. I feel like in this whole month, I really needed that. And for my own reasons, I needed that. And so all of you that have been watching and commenting, those encouraging words that I needed this month. So thank you for that. And will I ever challenge myself to this again? I know that I'm not going to say that I can't do that, because I know that I can do that. And although we're not through, okay, we still have a few more days left here of this month, but I would just like to point out that every single video went out on time at 8 a.m. my time. It was always prepared the night before, so that felt so good. So that was a really big goal that I didn't know was a goal, that I made a goal after I had made these kind of videos. So anyway, did I create the Organized Spaces Masterclass? Well, I'm still in the process of that, and we will know by tomorrow if I complete that course, because I'm only doing 5 videos for that masterclass. But I also gave all of you the option of, did you want the Organized Spaces Masterclass or the Leading Lady Wardrobe Masterclass? And more of you said the Organized Spaces. And so I was going to save the other one for next month, which that's still on the agenda. And however, I really love talking about that subject, so I just thought I'd kind of surprise everyone by giving everyone that. So I hope that you were thoroughly surprised, and if you enjoy that subject matter, that you have been enjoying it. And I know many of you have already been telling me that you have, so thank you so much for that. And also, I just want to make a little note here. I know this isn't on the same subject, but thank you to all of you who have been emailing me your dresses, and you and your dress, or just your dress, whichever way you wanted to do that. I am so grateful for that. And then we will discuss more about that in a minute. The next thing that I had on my list, that now this is the list that I had shared over on Patreon, just a preview, was to complete a monthly inbox cleanup. So this is where I say hold on, because I failed miserably in that area. And then I go and ask everyone for emails, to bring more emails to me. But I just want you to know that even if I have not gotten back to you yet, I am so thankful for your email. I read every single one, unless it gets lost or I accidentally delete it. I'm very sorry if that happens, but if you haven't received an email back from me yet, don't think that your email has been lost yet. Okay, don't give up hope, because I still want to do an inbox cleanup, but I put a lot on my plate this month. So hopefully by the time I get all of those emails, I have them in its own box. Once I go through all those pictures and get them all ready to share on that last video that I'm going to be sharing this month for a dress a day in May, hopefully I will at least confirm that I got your email. So be on the lookout for that. If I have been so rude not to respond to you, I do apologize. Okay, moving on from there, we have prep for Utah trip, the house, the kids, and packing. Well, that I definitely did. So I went on a trip this month right now. I went on a trip to Utah. We went to Salt Lake City, and I got to watch my dad receive an award. And that was just so nice to be there with him during that time. My brother came along, and as well as my husband. So we had a really nice trip, and I just absolutely loved the architecture there of the old homes. So that was something that I really enjoyed so much about just being in Salt Lake City. Really, it was just driving around and looking at everything. And so there was this home. We stayed in this little cottage, but there was this home right around the corner from it that was just beautiful. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So anyway, yes, I did prep the house. I also gave the kids some to-dos that, I wanted to make sure we're done every day. And then, of course, just making sure that they cleaned up after themselves, and everything was very nice when we got back. My in-laws helped out with the kids as well, and my mother-in-law helped with cleaning up some as well. So just overall, that was really nice, but I was able to prep before I left, and then, prep the kids with everything, and then also packing. So the next thing was to change and update the daybook expectations. So for that, I've made some adjustments over on Patreon with my daybook, which is really just like daily pages that are an accounting of one's day. It's kind of like just scheduled out whatever you want to write those days. I've taken the date off of them. That way I put the day of the week, because there are different things that I have listed on there as far as what to do each day, and it definitely coincides with the lady of the house housekeeping and the everyday checklist. So I have that, and then what I am now doing is just releasing it once a month. And that's going to contain the month at a glance and then the pages, and they will all be right there. And then I also include a shopping list in case you just want to click on it and print it from right there. So not that it's necessary to include all of those pages each month, but at least it brings it to the top. And this has really cut down on the amount of posts that I do over on Patreon, because I think that it was getting a little tiresome, kind of like those of you who are really tired of seeing me in your subscription feed at this point, because I have been releasing video after video, and especially this week with it being doubling up on videos. But like I said, just wait for today, because we're gonna have a lot. Okay, because I did not want to not release these goal videos, so that's why we're going to have so many. Okay, now moving on. So that was done, and then the last thing on my list was to host a potluck during our spring meeting, our spring gospel meeting that we have. And for a moment, I thought that I wouldn't be able to do this because I thought I was a little late to sign up for it. But thankfully, those that did sign up, nobody signed up to do the potluck. So I was able to do that. We had it here at our home, and it was the best potluck I think that we've ever hosted. There was plenty of food. There was great conversation. It was just wonderful. And I think the last time I had a potluck like that was exactly 1 year prior, and it made me just want us to have them more frequently, not just because we're having a meeting, but just because, maybe a change of season or anything like that. So the only unfortunate side to it, I will say, because it was on Mother's Day, and I wanted everybody to be able to take home some of the roses from my garden. My roses were not doing too well that day, that week actually. They had started to have crispy, curly corners on just the petals. The petals didn't look great. After the first flush, there's always that in-between time. Now, I do have flowers. They look a little bit better, but they could be better. And we're now in a heat wave. Well, it's just really hot here, so I doubt that it will look really good again until we get closer to fall. So anyway, those were my goals for this month, and that's what I was able to accomplish in that. Okay, let's move into my top 2 goals that have tied this coming month. Okay, the first one I will say is to finish up my daughter's closet. We moved her into my son's room because my son had started going to school out of state, and we had the empty room. He wasn't going to go back into that room, so it was free for my daughter. So we moved her in there, did a whole makeover in there. I also shared that over on Patreon. And then I've been sharing the process as I do more and more over there. And this month I want to finish her closet, because I've really been putting that off all of these other things that I've been doing have really come in the way of that. But I have decals, like I shared, over in my bathroom there, that I'm excited to put all over in her closet because she wanted that same look in there. And I think that it will go really well with all of her decor in there. So that's something that I'm going to work on this summer, at least for this month, and also finish some of the painting that I did not complete in that closet as well. So that will be a really fun project, something that her and I can work on together too. Okay. And my next goal for this month to come is to spend a lot of time with my son. He is coming back on the day that I'm releasing this video. He is coming back. I want us to have a really great dinner. I have missed him so much, and it will be so good to have him back. Where is he going to be staying? I'm sure you're wondering that. My mom has been so generous to allow him to now stay in her tiny house because she really isn't here much anymore. She has made a wonderful life for herself over in Arizona with my sister. So she does come back into town every now and then, but it's just not as frequently. And I think, when you have just the kind of friends and everything that she has over there, the support system, the church that she has been going to, it's hard to break that up. And anyway, I'm happy for her, and I'm also very grateful that she's willing to allow my son to stay in her space. So we're going to be making that up for him, and I'm just really excited to have him back. I want to spend so much time with him. This is the last summer that we have before he graduates. So, there are so many times that we have those last moments, and oftentimes we don't know when those are going to be. The last time we hold our child's hand, the last time they give us a really, heartfelt hug before they become teenagers, and all of those moments, right? And I'm just realizing how much little time we have left, and I just want to spend as much time with him as possible with this last summer. So very bittersweet, and just do a lot of fun things. I mean, not just him, but the girls as well. But it just has a different feeling right now, especially with my son. So that is something I'm looking forward to. Now I am going to continue the rest of the preview of my goals for the month of June. If you would like to hear more, please join us over on Patreon. And with that, I'm going to leave you here. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're enjoying all the videos, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.